I became deaf at the age of 4 years old. I went through a deaf school in Migori County. That's Kuja Primary and Secondary School for the deaf. After my school, I could see many children, especially the deaf children, being raped. They became pregnant at a very early age. It's really saddened me. I didn't like the case because the cases didn't move anywhere. Some of them would marry at a very early stage. Just because our policemen don't know how to communicate with them, sometimes the family members would be compromised. So I really thought about it and I wanted to become a lawyer. After high school, I went to law school, but my family didn't like it. They wanted me to be a teacher. They're asking me, why are you going to do in Nairobi? Do you have a boyfriend in Nairobi whom you're going to meet? I really thought about it. Whether the school is in wherever it is, but I really wanted to become one of the best lawyers. So they asked me to go, and they're not going to take care of me. So I sent my friend in Nairobi a text message to help me apply. So I did diploma in law. I really wanted to continue, but the university did not allow me in because I was deaf. They told me I cannot speak Kiswahili. How am I going to do the exams? Because Kiswahili is mandatory for all law students. So I told them, how am I responsible for that? I have a right. According to Article 54 of the Constitution, a person with disability have a right to access education. So it took so long, as I was still lobbying. I went through the Human Rights Commission, and Honorable Maura and other persons helped me, but the process took so long. So I thought, instead of waiting, should I continue waiting or I get something else to do? So I went to do gender and development at University of Nairobi. Thereafter, I performed so well, and that really proved that I can do so well. So I applied again, where I'm doing LLB now. Sometimes people complain, why don't you go for masters? But you see, each person has his or her own interest. So I can do that as many degrees as possible. So my life started when I moved to Nairobi. I worked with the Leonard Cheshire Disability. They had a program, The Young Voices, access to interpreters on television. We really fought. I remember we had to break the door at NTV so that to access their CEO then. So I remember the story. They were telling us the CEO was not around, he was out of the country. But we really had to fight so hard so that we could get him to hear our play. So I'm so happy now all the television stations in language interpret. These are some of our efforts that we did. We have different organizations, both international and local organizations that I work with. Currently, I'm working with the International Alliance, focusing on the youth program. And my interest is to see all children and women living in a free society, whether they are valued and they can contribute freely. So we don't want to leave anybody behind. I always want to be a change maker. Remember, the change begins with you and me. And what motivates me more is a quote from Luther King. By the end of the day, we will not remember the thoughts of our enemies, but of our friends.
True.
The friends in the society and in my country, they become the change you can. Let us speak for ourselves. My dream, as I still live, I don't want to be somebody else. I don't want to be Michelle Obama. I just want to be me. Ashura Michael.
Wow.